Hello, welcome to the LCK unofficial VOD review for Bro versus DK. I'm your play-by-play caster, Panda Richie, and I'm joined with us, Jack14, who will be our color caster for today. So, Jack, do you have any few words on the teams that we'll be seeing today? What are your thoughts going into today's match?
Hello. Great to be here. I don't really know what I'm expecting, to be honest with you. I know that DK, or formerly Damwon, are coming hot off last year. And I think Bro, not so much, but remains to be seen. Let's hit play on the VOD and see. I think about to jump straight into picking bands.
Yes, yeah. So going into this match, we see from like the previous history of both teams, DK, they did come second in the LCK 2022 of the summer split, and they won the 2022 spring split. So they are looking like they are going to be the favorites in today's match.
Yeah.
Brian, Bro team, however, they came 10th, so they are very much lower in the standings compared to DK, but hopefully they are able to show that they can stand up against some of the Korean titans in their league.
Yeah, that's right. And they swapped out a lot of their roster. Everyone except for, I think, Gamin, the AD carry. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I might not be. They sorted everyone else out. So hopefully we'll see some resurgence. We've already got some bans underway.
Yes, yeah. So on the side of Bro, they are banning Poppy and Sejuani. So there's a lot of initial CC engage
Getting rid of those
coming out.
tanks.
Yeah, they're banning Yumi and Karma as well. So definitely want to get rid of those pesky enchanters, especially Yumi. She has been proven to be a very big problem in the pro scene.
That's
So
right.
it's not surprising that she's being banned today. So
Even after all those bans that Riot have thrown at her, I think she's got a terrible solo queue win rate, but yet in pro, there she is banned already.
exactly. Yeah, she's just one of those champions where she's going to find so much value in a very coordinated team. And a Maokai ban coming out on the side of DK. So
Interesting.
a lot of CC being taken out, especially mainly tanks as well. So there's a lot of hard engage being taken out.
Maybe
And
we'll see some fighters in the top lane now that all these tanks are gone. But we see a Lucian
exactly.
first pick.
Yeah, so Lucian first pick. We might be seeing a Lucian Nami for the side of Bro.
Elise hovered. That would be very interesting.
That would at least jungle. And we do
Wow.
lock it in.
Okay.
Ooh.
I've I've been a big fan of Elise, although she's never really been that viable for many years. But I always sort of saw her as a second Nidalee in a way, where she's got the cocoon for the CC and she pairs well with like Renekton, etc. top lane. Um, but we've not seen her for a long time, and she's paired with Ashe. And an instant reply, yeah, there is the Nami, like you said, Lucian
Yeah.
Nami probably the bot lane.
And Cassante coming out, I think, as far as I'm aware, this is the first time we've seen Cassante in pro play. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the newest champ matches up in the
I've
pro scene.
I've heard he's very strong. I'm not a top lane player myself, but I've heard that he's a bit of a terror.
He is very fun to play, I will admit. And we have got the Varus locking in now, so it's
Okay.
looking like it's going to be the
Support
Ashe
Ashe.
support, yeah, and Varus bot lane. So this could be quite troublesome.
Yep.
We do have the Silas ban now, so
I think that's pretty smart. There's a couple key ultimates there on the Ashe and Varus that Silas could easily use.
100%. Yeah, it's very, very, very deadly if they did pick a Silas into
I
their
don't know how
camp.
the Elise ultimate works with Silas. I assume he gets some of her abilities, but
Maybe, but it's nothing of value. It's mainly the Ashe and the Varus that they're looking for, and they do give out the Renekton ban, so it's looking like
probably
Sante.
yeah worried about that pair with Elise with the Renekton W for the stun into Elise Cocoon. Whoever it is probably going to be dead in that combination.
Yes, yeah, and then there is the Wukong ban as well. Like I think
Okay.
Wukong has been a very, very strong jungler, especially in the higher elos in the pro scene.
Yep.
There's a lot of value they're getting out, and the Rise band.
Okay, targeting I guess Pool Bay in the mid lane there. Okay. Second phase
Okay.
of picks. Who will DK pick up first?
So it'll be interesting to see how they respond. So far we've got the classic Lucian Nami down in the
Yep.
bot lane, and Cassante is going to
Probably
be very
top.
interesting. As Swain pick, okay, very
It's
interesting.
probably a mid lane Swain. You would have thought they picked top lane and left that mid counter pick, but
Exactly. But looks like DK are taking their chances here. Let's see what BRION pick in response. So
Nocturne.
hovering over the Nocturne. This is very
Interesting.
very interesting. So looking to just turn off everyone's monitors on the side of DK.
Yep.
That's what
I
Bro's
can't
hoping
see.
for.
I can't see. The classic locked
Exactly.
in
How
Nocturne. Interesting.
nice. Yeah, so exactly. How are DK gonna fight if they can't see anything themselves? So it's
Exactly.
gonna be
It's the
so
perfect counter.
if the Nocturne does get fed and is able to build a lot of cooldown, this Bro's gonna have a huge value going into the mid
Final
game.
pick here. Standard Victor. Very
Standard.
safe lane, I believe, with laser just to clear all the creeps out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's gonna be a nice laning phase for the mid laner.
And now probably Thanatos' pick, seeing the whole team. A Gnar,
Yeah,
of all
nah,
things.
and it's a pretty common pick in pro play as well. So yeah, so it's gonna be the Swain versus Victor pick mid. So I think Victor's going to be okay up against the Swain, like he said, with his lasers to clear
Yeah.
minion waves and everything. It's just going to be a nice, safe laning phase for Ivory.
I think that
But
Bro are going to want to use that early game. As soon as Nocturne hits 6, he's going to want to, like you said, turn the lights off, probably play around the bot lane with their strong duo, where I think DK are probably looking for picks with the long range CC. You've got Varus ulti, Ashe ulti, at least Cocoon. You've got quite a lot of tools there to make a pick.
100%, yeah. They're looking for more like poking and like going into the mid. Like they're looking to probably try and win the mid game, mid to late game, I'd say.
Yeah,
With
definitely.
how much poke they're going into,
You've got
especially
a little bit of combo. If Varus can get a good ulti and root a bunch of people, then Gnar can just jump in over the top with that rage bar filled, slam them into a wall. Then you've got Swain just constantly with that big aura on his ulti. Could be quite a interesting team fight.
That is true indeed, yeah. So DK, they do have a lot of CC in comparison to BRION. So they do have the Cassante, but he does need to stack his Qs in order to get any value out of it. And his W dash isn't too long either. So, and then the Nocturne B, you have to be right up in their face. So let's see how Bro do up against DK.
Yeah, I think we're about to jump straight into game. Hopefully all the players loaded in.
Yes. So while we're waiting, so we should hopefully be seeing a very exciting match. So I'm very looking forward to seeing the Cassante pick though, how it will fare up against the Gnar, because Cassante is at a little bit of a disadvantage being up against a ranged matchup. But if he's able to hit his third Q onto Gnar and get him into melee distance, then should be a bit of an interesting fight over the top lane. But I think for the most part, Cassante is just going to be wanting to farm up.
Yes, those graphics on the intro there are incredible. I must say, I don't really watch a lot of LCK. I haven't in the past, but wow, that was a great way to jump onto the Rift. And we've got a 5-man, mainly 5-man invade bot lane with the sweeper.
Looking for walking down through the lane. Oh, so Gammon is walking away. Okay, so it looks like the members of DK couldn't find any value from the invade, so they're just going to go for the early recall, just get themselves back to lanes.
They do see that Ashe volley, so they know at least one player was there, and that Tribush is probably warded, although they didn't actually leave anything there.
That's true, yeah. So no visions left. They're looking to probably capitalize on more vision.
It looks like Nocturne got a ward on the route of the camp, so they will see Elise. Maybe not on the red, but they'll probably see her when she goes down.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. So that early vision there is just going to know to let Nocturne know.
They actually might sweep it. I think they've spotted it.
I think they have. Yeah.
So a little bit of XP there. That might actually really help the Gnar. Elise got the CS, so she might hit level 2 a little bit earlier in the jungle. I think they should have given that to the Gnar, if they could have.
Try get a little bit of an early advantage up in the top lane, but we do have a little bit of a skirmish coming out on the bottom lane, just getting that poke in with the Ashe W.
Using that bush of vision very well.
Yeah, no, exactly, yeah. And now a little bit of poke and trading coming back from both sides, but it is Bro that does come out on top in that trade, like Lucian being on a little bit lower health, but with the Nami heal, there is a bit more sustain there compared to Varus and Ashe.
Still firing away.
Yes, more poke is just coming out, more of the early harass, because
playing against those Ashe lanes are awful with her spamming that volley. It's such a wide cone that you really just have to hide behind your creeps to be able to survive.
Exactly. There's not much place to hide if you're just out in the open. You just got to deal with the poke. And now Ivory is getting pushed in as well into
with a little ward on that Raptors there as well, I believe, from the Swain. But with Nocturne heading topside, this bot lane is in dire straits already for Bro.
100%, yeah. So Let's see what DK do, as we have got Elise roaming into the red side jungle, but it has been warded, so they do
Just
know
spotted. But
that.
this means that the DK bot lane can just play so aggressively. They know that they've got the jungle here for support.
Oh, they can. Now they do know that has been warded now. Okay, so Lucid is going to be clearing the ward before she
Yeah,
decides to make
no
a move.
time
So
for a dive. Unless, are they going to go
yes,
for it?
there
Looks like
are a
they
few
are.
wins there. Yeah, yeah. Look, it looks like they're going to go for an early, early skirmish down in the bot lane. Okay, so Lucy goes down into transform, does jump up into the air, does jump onto Gambit, and Gambit does dash away under the safety of his tower. But now Polu is caught out on his
A
own.
new wave is
Now,
here. They're going to dive again.
yes, they are. They are. So Lucy going in, and Elise manages to get the first kill onto Lucian, taking the first blood of the game. And now that does leave Polu in a little bit of a lonesome situation, as DK was successful doing that 3-man dive.
Wow, that looks so risky. Going in
That
for
was
a redive.
that was so risky, but the risk paid off, and no members of DK fell in the process.
I think they juggled that tower really well. The tower aggro with the Elise repel, meaning that she can jump up in the air, get rid of the tower aggro. We're going to see it again.
Yeah, we are.
So there's one. That resets the tower aggro. Then it goes on to Varus, who drops it. Ashe takes one, but then drops it again.
Yeah, with that minion wave coming in just in the nick of time, it allowed DK to go for that second re-engage.
And see there, Ashe actually took the tower aggro before the Elise from the look of things to give her the time to get the kill and get out safely.
Exactly.
Very well played there.
Okay, now we do have Jung. Was it Doive? Was looking to see if he could engage onto the Gnar, but
yeah, I don't know exactly know how to pronounce all the names, but I think Dive is correct. I think.
I think so. If not, we can always just stick to the character names.
Yeah.
Okay. So now after that little bit of a deficit, bro, are gonna have to be playing a little bit safer down in the bot lane. Ooh.
Varus picked up the Vamp Scepter compared to just 2 long swords on Lucian, so he's gonna have that sustain.
Yeah, so getting that early sustain, especially for an Ashe Varus bot lane, is gonna be huge.
It will just let them constantly trade. But then the Varus can just stay healthy with the Vamp Scepter lifesteal. Are they going to go for another dive?
They are going to go for another dive. So we have got the wave pushing in, and now we've got Elise engaging in. And she does get low, but she does jump and repel out there. And now Varus does take down Nami. And they're going to get another kill out of that dive. 2 engages for 2 kills.
A slaughter down there. And he goes onto the Varus. Crucial the gold goes exactly where you want it to. He smites away the golem as well. Everything's going DK's way.
100%. DK have got such map presence across the bot side that is very, very difficult for the side of Bro to even just try and make a comeback.
And this Nocturne's not done anything. He's still waiting for his level 6. He's only level 4 at the minute. He's got a long way to go before he'll make an impact.
Yeah, so even though he does have a little bit more farm, he might have a little bit more EXP due to the shared EXP that at least will have to have.
That gold difference there. It's all on the jungler and the AD carry with a little bit in support with the 2 assists on Ashe there.
Exactly. Yeah, so there's already just a 2k gold deficit for Bro, so they are gonna have to really either farm up or hope the stars that align, and when it comes to team fights that they play everything perfectly in order to come out on top.
It's going to be difficult with this early game focus comp with the Nocturne and the Lucian army. They're already behind. And I do like how Elise has gone straight for Sulk Boots to give her both the flat pen against the team who's built no MR at the minute. She's just going to shred through, but also gives her the movement speed, which means that she can just run between her camps and the lanes that little bit faster and get more ganks off, basically.
100%, yeah. She's already made herself known on the map with how much map presence she has, and she's just capitalizing on it. And now we do have Swin just clearing some walls, just denying vision for the side of Bro as Elise continues to take the dragon.
Yep. Dragon, 2 kills, all by 7 minutes. This is a fantastic Elise game, I think. This is what you hope for every time you pick Elise.
Exactly, yeah. Elise is, I think, she's such like an early game champion, despite her having to build AP items. But DK are just showing how good she actually can be in the right hands.
Absolutely, yep. Yeah, like I said, I sort of pair her similar to Nidalee with that AP, almost like an assassin type sort of character, but they kind of fall off later, so you really have to make that impact. They're going for a 3rd dive, this time bringing Swain.
Swain, they're really bringing the party down into the bot lane, and now Nocturne is having to just walk away because he does see multiple members of the side of DK, and now Lucian and Nami are just trying to sit safely under the tower. And will anything happen as we see Swain is going to be walking back up to his mid lane, but at least does decide to walk down, and now Nocturne is doing his Krugs now. Can
He's
anything
trying
happen?
to get 6 desperately, but he's still not there.
No, he's not, but at least no, it's been warden and she's just going to recall because she has been seen.
Yeah, she's got her whole top side to clear, so she might even look top lane, but to be honest with you, there's no need. Nara's doing absolutely fine, and just keep punching this bot lane with your winning sides.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like Frim is just being poked out on the Cassante, like I said earlier. Just the range matchup is just a little bit of a disadvantage. CS wise, Nara is a little bit ahead. It's to be expected with the range matchup, but Cassante is doing well to keep up. Okay, and now
we finally have Nocturne level 6. This first ultimate has to impact, and it has to be big.
Yeah, he's going to have look for some real value. If he can get a really good ultimate down onto the bot lane and try bring them back in, that is going to be huge. If not, he might just have to try and stable either mid lane.
It could be good for a counter gank. You know, if they're trying to dive you and you just turn off all the lights, suddenly communication can break down. Who's tanking the turrets? Who's about to die? It could break down and could get real messy.
Exactly, that's true. That is true. Yeah. So if they're able to react quickly enough, they might be able to do that to just disrupt the side of DK. Now, Lise going down for the Herald now, as we have Thanatos coming down to assist with it as well.
Top lane priority, mid lane priority. This Elise can just do whatever she wants, and she's going to take everything.
Yeah, she can. She's just got free reign for the entire map. Like mid lane, they're not doing too bad. They're kind of like even Stevens at the moment. Victor is down CS, but we do have Swain is just waiting by the Raptors down on the red side.
Down about a wave or two or so mid lane, but I think he's doing fine. Is that a Rod of Ages he's building? I think that's the new Catalyst icon for Victor.
Yes.
So when he picks that up, he's going to be scaling.
So it's very interesting. We don't really see Rod of Ages typically being built on the Victor, so he's probably looking to go for just more AP, a bit more of like a more like health pool.
Yeah,
kind of like way just trying like a bit more survivability.
Yeah, I think he's worried about getting picked off or dove with the Elise Nog sort of combination. So that health is going to be valuable.
Exactly. I think Victor's now, he's just got to play for the late game now with a deficit down in the bot lane. So it looks like Bro are just going to have to keep farming up, just do their best to just survive up until the later stages of the match before they get completely run down.
Lisa's hanging here again with the Herald. So if they get a successful dive, the tower is just gone. They're just going to brute force it, I think. Swain's coming down. Victor's recalling.
Okay, very interesting. So he's not going to be moving down to try and help his team, maybe because it's...
Do they even need the Herald? They can just...
No, so Lucid is just taking Nocturne's camps as if it's stealing candy from a baby. Poor Nocturne, he's not going to be able to find anything in his side of the jungle. And now we do have Ashen Varus just trying to get out a little bit of poke as they're trying to like push the Winion wave. And now we have got Thanatos going into his Mega Gnar, just trying to create a bit of a skirmish up with Cassante. And now Lucid is just hovering around in the upper side.
Varus ulti, Ash ulti, there's the combo.
Big stun. Lucian ulti coming out, just trying to push Ash away from the continuous engage, and now they are.
That's all they want. They just want to push them away so they can chip more of these tower plates. 11 minutes and there's two tower plates already gone. One's gone mid lane. They've still got the Herald to use.
Exactly, yeah. And then was it 3 tower plates now taken out for bot side? Yeah. Then if Elise is able to get down in time, just pop the Herald and then bot tower's gone.
I would actually like to see, I think, the Herald placed mid lane. The bot lane is already winning. They don't need the help. I think you can have Swain TP back mid. Elise does Grunt, maybe does Wolves, then path to mid lane where Swain should hopefully have pushed it in, maybe with the next wave, and then you can look to crack that tower as well as the bottom one.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, like you said, yeah, no need to continue pushing away. That's already winning. So yeah, we have got Victor walking through the blue side, seeing what's he doing. He's just hanging around, just clearing vision. So we have got Swain just pushing in the wave.
Yep, this gives Swain the lane priority, which Elise is sitting around the dragon, pathing down again.
Yeah, pathing down. So, the Ash ulti coming out hits the Lucian. Then here comes the Nocturne ulti. Swain W coming out, and then we have got the flash going in, and then members of DK are starting to get low. The Nami wave coming out.
His Swain.
Oh, Swain popping out his ultimate. Does miss his E. Oh, he's able to get the double kill. And what a
Oh
fantastic
no.
Victor coming in too little, too late. As Swain manages to
He's
get a
going to get
triple
caught as
kill.
well. Oh, he flashes
Oh,
away.
flashes of E and does manage to get away with his life, but at the cost of a triple kill to Swain. That is
And
massive for DK.
now the bottom tower's gone, the dragon's gone, mid lane is so far ahead. You pop the herald mid, that tower's going to go. It's disastrous for Bro here.
Yeah, this is really rough for Bro. Like they felt like just like unfortunate plays down in the bot lane early on, like this
Yeah.
ultimate coming
I
out
like the
from
idea
Ash.
for Nocturne to turn off the lights so that Elise can't jump on. Varus doesn't really know where to hit his ult, but they just don't
Yeah,
have the damage. Look at that huge shield there from Varus.
yeah, it's just absolutely massive, and just like the ultimate coming out from Swain, just
Yeah.
on the edge of the AOE. Nocturne did get taken out,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I like how he went for Nami with a few of his spells there because he knows Lucian is trapped between him and 3 members of his team, so he doesn't need to focus on the Lucian. He can instead pick up the Nami and then
Yeah,
go back for the Lucian who was somehow still alive. Here's the Herald mid lane.
yeah, like you said, Herald mid lane, right? They just got to try get this wave pushed in, just so they can get the value from the Herald. Because if they
Yeah,
can
looks
get,
like it should crash.
yeah, it's looking like it's going to crash now. Good 2 plates getting taken out for the mid lane.
Nice.
Huge value for coming off from that one team fight. That was absolutely massive.
Yeah, Swain's already got his rallies. I think he even had that before the fight, which just meant everyone slowed down just by being near him, which makes him even harder to get away from. It's already a fast Swain, but when he's got that slow, oh, it's just unbearable.
Exactly. Swain is just an absolute menace at the moment with his new rework, and it just goes to show how much value you can get out of him for it. Now a little bit of poke coming out from Loppy, just trying to just get a bit of vision in the
Ash
bushes.
E. Oh, it's so good. He has the cleanse.
Yes, yeah. The Nami wave comes out in response just to try and save the teammates. So an ult for an ult, and also a summoner spell. So I think
2 ults used because Varus also ulted to try and follow up, but the cleanser had already come through and he dashed away in time.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So I think DK did come out on top with the force of the summoner spell coming out.
I agree. Yeah, and they also got the control of the jungle and a few more camps denying it away from Nocturne.
Oh yeah, 100%. So yeah. So right now, Elise is just having an absolute field day in the jungle, big feast on her plate, whereas Nocturne is a bit more famished.
Yeah, I think that was the first ulti, right, in the bot lane from Nocturne, and it was defensive and it didn't even work, so it's not looking good.
No, it's not. Like the attempt was there, the idea was there, it just didn't work out in execution due to the lack of damage output.
This first pick, Elise, like, unless I've been missing something with watching Elise, like, I didn't think she was strong, even playable, but here she is dominating in this game.
100%, yeah. DK just shown that if you're good enough, you can make anything work.
Absolutely.
But I think once more teams catch on to this, I think they'll start working around counters.
I think actually what has been a bit of a sleeper in this is the Ash E. It's given a lot of vision across the jungle from where she's been throwing it. It tells you if Nocturne's there, and if he's not there, it tells you he's probably on the other side of the map. So Nocturne always wants to play around vision and try and create gank setups using his ulti, but if you know where he is all the time, then you can just simply play safe and avoid the ganks as they come in, which is really just shut him down.
Yeah, that's true. And now, as we're proceeding, the Herald does get popped mid. So mid tower, top tier 1 and tier 2 are taken down simultaneously as quick as the
Another
Herald
charge.
spawn. And another charge. Oh my god, that tier 3 is just getting taken out so down low. Crikey Moses. Bro are just crumbling as the game progresses. 16 minutes in, no kills on the side of Bro. 5 for DK. Top lane ours it's just an island up there. They're just doing their thing.
Even so, Nar has a 150 bounty just from the CS leads and I suppose the turret gold that he's got.
Yeah, that's true, exactly. So he does have a bit of an item advantage with the Trinity Force and the Cawthorn's Hammer, with the boots as well. Cassante does have, I think, the Iceborne Gauntlet, so that slow field is going to be a bit of a pain for the team, but he does have to try and get onto them because DK do have quite a pokey team, so unless Cassante can jump onto them, he's not going to get much value out of it.
Pokey, they've got CC and he hasn't got his Smoke Treads, and they've even just got the slows from Swain, so he's going to really struggle to get into the fight.
Exactly. So it looks like Swain is building, I think it's an Aegis Shield, so he might be going for the Jack Show build. The Jack Show Swain is a very, very annoying.
Makes him incredibly tanky.
Incredibly tanky, and with his healing passive on his ultimate, it becomes a bit of a nightmare to just deal with. because you have to get close to him just to try and shut him down. But with his ultimate continuously going on, it's just a bit of a lose-lose situation for anyone that has to deal with him.
Absolutely.
So, also, we do have Ash on the Umbral Glaive.
I was just about to say, yeah, the vision is just like there's just so much of it when you've got Umbral Glaive, you've got Sweeper, you've got Ash E. There's a hit onto the Nami.
Oh my god, that hit onto the Ash with the Nocturne coming out. And Nami is able to get out with a wave in response, but not manages to flash over and manages to get the kill. And now the auto attacks are coming out. He does have his Mega Knot, and he does
dive?
not. No, he does not dive, but it looks like a dive is coming through, but the teleport is coming out. And it looks like Sante is going to be trying to join the fight. And now Cassante is ever so low. In fact, no, that was Victor that TP'd in. That was my apologies, but this is such a scrappy team fight for the side of Bro.
Oh, here he is.
Out. Oh, Swain manages to take out Nocturne, and this is a 4-man dive against Victor, and Victor goes down as fast as he can.
Oh no!
Oh, but the Ash does get caught in. The ultimate coming out from Cassante does manage to take him down, so Bro were able to secure their first kill, but not Nah is just doing leaps and bounds,
Lucian's dead.
trying to catch up, and then Lucian does get taken out.
Is Cassante dead too?
Cassante is just trying to... Oh, unfortunate. He was not able to get out. At least manages to catch up with him in the nick of time with her repel ability.
Brutal. I'm surprised Nami lived here, but it was great for I think Thanatos to flash over the bubble, the wave, sorry, and avoid the CC.
Yeah, like incredible reaction, especially like with him being in the Nocturne as well. Like his vision
really see it.
Heavily reduced. So
yeah, and now it's a waiting game for Swain to arrive because Swain will just take everything.
100%, yeah. So Swain did in fact go for the Radiant Virtue Mythic instead of the Jack Show, like I said. So Ultimate is just going to provide so much more healing for the team and sustain. So it's probably why they were able to just go for that tower dive so confidently.
Yeah, absolute slaughter. They're over 11k ahead, 3 dragons to their name. It's just going to be a case now of, okay, how can we cleanly end this game without any chance that Bro get back in?
Exactly. So I think if DK managed to get a successful team fight without too many members getting low, they'll be able to go for a very fast Baron play.
What is this? Enemy support has done more damage than anyone on your team. More than the mid lane and the jungle.
Oh no, you know Bro are a bit of a bit of a downfall if you've got an army doing the most damage. That is unfortunate.
Oh dear. This isn't good.
No, it's not. It's not indeed. So we have got a few ultimates on the side of DK. So we do have that Varus ultimate. We have got Ashe ultimate. She is halfway back to recharging, so they are going to be looking to use that to engage in the next team fight. Down in the bot lane, we have got Thanatos just trying to do a bit of farm up with Victor down there as well. But we have got a few members pushing through the bot side. Yeah, DK, I think after...
I can see a lot of members in that bot jungle, and they just go, okay, we'll just do the Baron.
Exactly, yeah. They've seen an opportunity, they're capitalizing on it. 20-minute Baron, pretty much just straight off spawn.
They don't even need their mid lane or support. They can just leave them at half HP on the Baron to go take control of the lane and fully capitalize on this buff. Sure, you take the bot tier 1. We're going to take your base.
Yeah, so Ivory now just going to be taking bot tower. Just get a bit of bounty gold, trying to help Bro get back into the game a little bit, but we have got this top lane and the mid lane pushing closer towards Bro's Nexus. And now as the tier 2 tower for the top lane goes down, DK are looking to advance into the base of Bro as they're going to just do a bit of poke damage onto that tier 3 tower. Well, and now the Ashe ultimate does manage to get hit Ivory, and he does get by the Swain E, but a Nocturne coming in straight onto the Varus, but the
Sante flanking.
A few members are starting to get low. Varus does go down in his team fight. Thanatos does manage to get a massive leap into the wall, and Ashe manages to take out Nocturne. And now we have Cassante taking out Ashe, and there's a massive scrappy team fight, but DK come out on top.
2 for 3. Lucian's stranded outside the base. This is probably game over here.
Yeah, Thanatos hot on his heels, does go for the jump, and then does just manage to take
TP into the base to finish. Where's Swain? Swain's back in base. I feel like they can end here, no? They've still got 5 seconds on Nocturne, 10 seconds on Victor, maybe not.
Swain just went back to buy his Zonya's Hourglass. He's managed to finally build the item, but yeah, nah. It's massive
4 people on 10k.
13k gold lead ahead of Bro on the side of DK. 3 to 14. So it's unfortunate for Bro. It's just that early game really cost them the rest of it.
That said, it is a best of 3. This is only game 1. So they need to be talking
Exactly.
about what they're going to do next. Are they going to leave the Elise? Do they have an answer for it? Are they going to try and pick it themselves and try and make it work? What is their play going to be for next game? That's what they need to be thinking about.
Yeah, exactly. Like with Elise being such like a very uncommon pick, maybe the inexperience of Bro like going up against it might
Mm-hmm.
have caused them to lose out in the early game because of it.
Yeah,
But
they may have thought they had the jungle priority with the Nocturne once the Nocturne hit 6, but the Elise struck before that.
yeah, and now as we have both teams converging down onto the tier 2 tower, bot tower, we are going to be just seeing pokes and prods from either side just to try and whittle each other down before they
Yeah.
engage on each other. So
But meanwhile, Phantos in the top lane, he's going to be hitting that turret and he's going to be drawing people away, which just means that the rest of DK can win a fight.
yeah, his job is just to try and split the forces of
Yeah.
Bro away
And
from
now
that bot
perfectly
side
done,
tower.
they now get the T2 turret.
Yes, yes. As the tier 2 does go down for the side of Bro, DK are starting to slowly encapsulate the rest of the members as they're walking towards the Nexus.
It's almost a
Sante is
15k gold lead.
it's really not looking good for Bro. Sante is the only one to hold down the bottom lane, as the members of DK are now starting to converge onto the bush into the mid lane as they are looking to go for an engage with the Ash ult coming out. Now the members of DK are starting to go out, Nocturne coming out, Nami Wave coming out, getting huge value as a massive team fight going on. Swain pops his ultimate, and now at least manages to take out Victor, and now his ultimate. Victor ultimate does get popped, but the side of Bro is getting taken down. That is very fast kills coming out from either side. As Thanatos just jumps on Solution and just bops him on the head, and down
Yeah.
he goes.
A fight in two halves there as Cassante tried to dive into the back line, whereas the Elise and the Swain were on the left side of the map fighting the 4 members of Bro. But both sides, DK were winning, and so they just win the fight very easily. Thanatos there, playing with the Lucian, knowing that his Elise was in the base, and knowing that he had to be there in case Lucian steps out. Even on the Fountain, they get kills before the Nexus goes down.
Oh, that's such a one-sided victory for DK as they just trample all over Bro.
Yeah, that is a statement game 1.
So first map goes to DK. Crikey Moses.
I suppose that is what you get when you've got the 2nd place summer, 1st place spring of last year versus 10th place summer. But
Exactly.
they have to bounce back now.
That's true. Yeah, so Bro aren't out of it just yet. They are, however, it is match point for DK, so Bro are at the edge of their seats trying to claw their way to the final game if they can, but we'll have to see how this next match goes.
When your mid laner is doing the least damage on your team, something is going very well for you. That's crazy.
Yeah, Swain's probably just more there for the utility, the annoyance.
The big AoE slow is just huge, keeping people where they are.
100%, yeah. It's just, yeah, I think at the end of it, that early game, especially with the Elise tower diving, bot lane twice, got DK massive value.
Yeah, very clean dives there on the bot lane. Very good.
Yeah, I don't think Bro had much of an answer for it. Yeah, look at this gold difference like throughout the game. That never at one point was DK on the on the losing side of gold. They were just always.
And you can see the sort of step ups just after 6 minutes, and then one around maybe 8 minutes. That's probably where the kills came in on those dives, and then from there it's just steady increase in gold, and then a big jump where there's a team fight and they get some kills, and it's just domination.
Yeah, it's just DK just snowballing from the very beginning all the way through to the end. I mean, at the end of it, 18.4k gold difference between DK and Bro. No way Bro was ever going to come back from that.
Yes, so that concludes game 1 of Bro versus DK. We're going to have game 2 coming up shortly. Play of the game, makes sense, Lucid on Elise.
100%, yeah. I mean, he was the man of the hour in this match. There's no going about it.
He really just had the bot lane, got them rolling. Then with the fight where Swain got 3 kills, and then they cracked the mid lane tower, he got rolling. But this all started from Lucid on Elise.
Okay, so now as we're going into game 2, DK are having match point as they did take the first map. So Bro are going to have to pull something out of the bag if they want to keep themselves in this series of the spring LCK split. Now, let's see. As we're going into picking bans, DK coming out with the immediate Yumi ban. Unsurprising.
Absolutely, yeah. Get rid of that. They're going to get rid of the Lucian on Bro's side, seeing that it didn't work for them, but don't want to hand it over to DK.
Exactly. So if they can't use it, no one can. That's how the
Absolutely.
saying goes.
There's
Do go for
Maokai
the
again.
Maokai again. Yeah, like I think if either team had Maokai, the games would be so much more in the team's favor. Yep, there goes the Elise ban.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Unsurprising.
That reminds me of
Unsurprising.
Clash games where you run into like a one trick who's super good on one champ and you get stomped and you go, right, you're never having that again. And it's just instant banned.
Exactly, yeah. So like denying DK the opportunity to go for any more early gags. Ash ban does come out.
Interesting.
So
So we have Lucian ban from Bro, but an Ash ban from DK, even though they played it to great effect, I think, in that previous game.
yeah, exactly. It's just that apparently they just don't want each other to use each other's champions, so no one gets it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so third ban coming out from Bro is the Sejuani, and we do have DK locking in that Wukong pick. Yeah, so Wukong
Okay.
wasn't banned, so
Yeah, that at least
DK.
pick, or at least ban rather, frees up another champion that would have been banned instead. So they've gone for the instant Wukong pick, and then Bro are looking for Varus.
Alright. Yeah, so they decided to take Varus for themselves, not giving it to DK. So let's see how Bro can use Varus into DK, since DK were, I'd say, very familiar with how Varus plays, considering they were having to use him in the first game. It looks like it's good.
Oh,
Oh, Varus Heimerdinger bot lane. That is
are we
poke
gonna get a Jin support?
Jin
Because that is
support.
apparently a counter to Heimerdinger.
Yeah,
Because you
so
can outrange the turrets, you can just queue the turrets to almost one-shot them. Or no,
oh
maybe
no,
not.
we are. Oh, it's a Lulu hover though, so we have got a Zeri lock in, but are they going to lock in Lulu? Oh, or will they go for that Jin support? No, but they are going to lock in the
Okay, they
Lulu.
play it
So
safe, they play it standard with Lulu.
oh, they're going to lock in the Vi. Very interesting.
Okay, I guess that's you just press R on the Zeri, and no matter how fast she runs, you will eventually catch up to her.
Exactly, yeah. Very, very one-dimensional playstyle, but it's one to really, really lock down the enemy. So we're going to go for a Jace ban now, the side of Bro, their fourth ban.
Okay, yeah, that's. I guess they're worried about Thanatos' Jace. I think they banned it in the last game, or maybe it was DK that banned it, but not wanting that fighter in the top lane.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, the outcomes are an Renekton ban as well, yeah. So DK just trying to get rid of the early game top laner, because
Mm-hmm.
Renekton is a very big harasser, so just trying to get him out. I think
Yep.
looking more for the safer plays for DK now.
I suppose they don't want to get trapped in Renekton W into Vi, Q Flash, so they just want to play it safe and have no Renekton in the game at all.
Yeah, exactly. Just try and decrease the amount of CC that they'll be having to deal with up at the top lane. And we are going to be going for a Gwen ban
Okay,
on the side of Bro, which is very...
very top focused. I wonder if they'll try and blind pick their top and then leave their mid for a counter pick.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it does make sense for the Gwen ban, because with Varus Heimerdinger, there's a lot of long-range poke, so Gwen will just be able to just completely
See the game
disregard
there.
everything. Yeah.
Yes, so yeah, Syndra ban. Okay,
Okay, interesting Syndra ban.
interesting.
Okay. So, Kasante coming out now for the side of Bro.
I suppose
Very
they're just trying to get rid of the counters to Cassante with that Jace with the range as you mentioned last game.
Yeah, exactly. And Gwen as well. She does a lot of true damage. Oh, and then here comes the Gnar pick.
After all those bans, we just resort back to Gnar as he won last game. Will he win again this game? Who knows? Ooh,
Oh, Karma. Oh, this is very
Karma
interesting.
was the ban last game that they dropped for Elise. So I wonder if
Yeah.
that's a mid lane Karma.
Very interesting. This is it's a very interesting comp that
Yeah,
DK going for. So it's
it
very
looks like a
interesting.
heavy go in comp. You've got Karma to speed everyone up. Wukong and Gnar are going to be going in. Zeri's going to be skating around, and then Lulu can just buff whoever's getting low. Match with an
Exactly.
Ari.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's gonna be Karma mid, Wukong jungle.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. So, Bro do have a lot of poke, but DK do have some very, very strong engage. So if they leave if it comes to the big team fights, if Thanatos is left unchecked, he will be able to just jump in, R everyone into a wall if he gets an opportunity, and then Bro would be in a very dicey situation.
And
But
that's just going to get followed up by Lulu Wildgrowth, make him huge, again, knock everyone up. Wukong's going to be cycloning in there. Zeri's going to be using her, I think it's Aftershock Laser, over the top. It's going to be really scary if they get caught in that. So Bro are going to have to use their range, and they've got sort of two bruiser fighters in Vi Cassante. They need to... I don't know how they're going to use them to fight, really, because they have to be the front line, but they're not full tanks.
no, so it is going to be on Cassante's shoulders to just be the main tank. But if he manages to pop his ultimate through a wall, that's their main front line just gone. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Bro actually take this fight. I think it looking like they're just going to go for poke and try and get for picks. I think that's what the aim of the game is.
Sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say, I think with the Karma pick in mid, with the new Radiant Virtue item, with her mantra, if she's able to just keep hitting enemies, it will just keep resetting the mantra, just allowing to keep the constant uptime on the Radiant Virtue mythic item. I think that's what the angle's looking for. So quite high sustain, I think DK are looking for this game.
Okay, interesting. So we've got a potential angle where Cassante can kind of remove himself and one other member from the fight if he gets a good angle. Sort of like how Mordekaiser can pick someone and say, we're off and our team is going to fight a 4 versus 4 while we're gone. Cassante may be able to do that, but then like you say, they just lose their only tank, really. It's going to be difficult to navigate the fights.
Yeah, it's going to really be down onto Heimerdinger and Varus to just poke people out and try to get them low as they can before Vi or Cassante go in for an engage.
This time we have Bro doing the 5-man engage on the bot side. It's like it's a red side thing that teams like to be doing.
Yeah, it looks. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, red side just seem to send all 5 down.
And just like last game, the blue team get probably a ward in that Raptor bush. There we go. So they're going to see the movements through the top lane, the top side jungle rather.
Yeah, that is exactly the case. Now, gonna be very interesting. See how Bro perform in this next map, because they do. I think Vision has been seen. Vision's been cleared.
So they gave that to the Ahri, which now means she should get level 2 off the first wave, as opposed to the first melee creep on the second wave. So that's going to give her quite a big advantage, although she did take a big Marcher Q from that first attack.
So a little bit of poke coming out from Karma, or a bit more poke coming out from Bro on Varus, and they're going for the early harass.
Yeah, they just want to push in and get level 2 as soon as they can. That's probably why they did a 5-man bot to start with, so that Heimer can get down his turrets and take control of the lane.
Yeah, they just want to get him set up just so he can get as much early harass as possible. Because with Heimerdinger, he's just always going to be constantly showing in the lane. So they might as well just set the turrets up as far as they can.
There's the Ahri level 2 on the first wave, although there was a pretty low creep for Karma to get level 2 off. So it's not actually as big an advantage as you might have hoped for, unfortunately.
Yeah, that is unfortunate, but let's see how they're able to capitalize on it. So Cassante does miss his third Q onto the Nai. Would have been quite good. Oh, but we do have Bro. Was it Ahri? Is getting chunked down, just getting poked out of lane.
The WQ combo. I guess Karma doesn't need a shield at the minute, so she can just go for the W, try and get that root, and then slam probably a Mantra Q if possible onto the Ahri. It's a lot of damage.
Yeah, exactly. Top lane, both just going in for the farm, but it looks like a little bit of skirmish is breaking out now as both sides just whittle each other down. Now we have got Wukong going into his red side now, and Vi is somewhat matching his pace. She is just on the blue.
A little bit behind, yeah. Wukong's sort of finishing up his red as Vi's maybe halfway through, so he's maybe half a cap ahead as they both head towards the bot side, so we could see some early 3v3 action here.
Yeah, we could see a nice early skirmish, but if Varus and Heimerdinger are pushed up a little bit too far for too long, it's going to be looking like Wukong might be able to get a gank off if he's able to clear his Krugs.
I think there is a ward just above the tri-bush, as you can see on the minimap there, so it's going to be difficult for him to find a way in. But he might just look for the Scuttle Crab instead. He's going to get spotted here by the What are they
How does
called?
that?
Scrying plants?
Oh,
Yeah,
Scry Bleeds.
something like that. Yeah. So they're going to lose the bot side crab, but he's probably going to try and take the top one.
Yeah, and then Ari does get rooted, and she does get chunked down. Does use a Q, just try and get a bit of poke damage, and now we are looking like there's going to be a is there going to be a 3-man dive? No,
No.
Vi is just going to be recalling now.
It's probably the safe option. It's not the same as an Elise who can reset that tower aggro when she dives in, so it's probably safe just to call that one off.
Exactly. I think Bro are just looking to just continuously harass the bot lane and just keep shoving them in the tower, not giving them a chance to just try and push up and get priority.
That is interesting. First item, Executioner's Callers on Vi.
Oh, that
Looking
is
to
very
cut out the healing, but I mean there is a Conqueror on Wukong, but and I guess
I think they are. Like, I think it might be the mid lane focus that Vi might be looking at, because with the Mantra W on the Karma, she
there's a
does
lot
get
of healing there.
now the engage comes in, and now the punch comes in, as well as the charm, and Ari manages to get the first kill onto Karma. It's
Oh
swiftly
man.
done, very nicely executed from the Vi.
Yeah. Don't even need to use the flashes on anyone. You actually get the flash from the Karma, so that is huge.
Yeah, that is absolutely massive. So, and now Karma is having to use a TP to get back into lane. And now Vi is just clearing up her topside jungle. Is she going to be able to look for a gank up in the top lane? Because now it is pushed up a little bit. Ooh, it is just out of range of Casante's third Q. And he's just able to continuously harass. No, Vi is just going to continuously clear her jungle. We do get a little bit of replay. Yeah, so our vision... Yeah, there was no
playing
vision.
very far ahead. She gets queued into the charm, and by the time the charm's run out, she tries to flash away, but there's just no point.
The W is already chasing after her,
Yep.
so she just gets taken down.
And she just flashed onto the other side of the Vi, who's just going to turn around and punch her instead of just punching her. So a bit of a waste of a flash there, but what can Paul Bay do to sort of make up for that slip, that blunder?
Yeah, so he is slightly ahead in CS, but Ari is just catching up. So yeah, 2 CS in between, but with Ari nabbing the kill, it just puts her ahead.
Has gone for the cooldown boots on Karma, looking to just get through as many different ability combos as possible. Whereas
Exactly.
Ari's got the double amp tome, so she's going to have that damage.
The top lane, Xante does pop his ult onto Na, but Na was able to jump away. So unfortunately, a little bit of a wasted ultimate from Xante. But the engage was there. He just had to try his luck.
Yeah, if he gets the catch off, sometimes it's just a raw sort of "are you awake" check kind of thing to say, hey, if I do this, are you going to actually react in time? Because if you don't, maybe I get a kill or I get a big lead. So sometimes it's worth just sort of throwing those out there just to keep your opponent on their toes.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and it might be because after the last game, after how DK were able to snowball the early game, Bro might feel a bit pressured to just try capitalize a bit more, play a bit more aggressively. And
Yeah.
speaking of a little bit more aggressively, they will be the ones to take the dragon first. The last game, DK was the ones taking it, but now Bro are now have got bot priority to take dragon, thanks to that Heimerdinger just forcing.
Absolutely. They're going to look like they could trade it for the Herald, I think. That's what Wukong's looking for. Or maybe he's looking for the red buff.
Yeah, so there was a control wall down in Dragon Pit, so now it is letting Wukong know that he has an opportunity to take their red buff, like you have said.
Yeah, and I think the Herald spawns at, I want to say, is 8 minutes. So he might do red, Krugs. He could look top lane for a gank, or he could maybe go for the Herald.
That's true, yeah.
Might try and collapse here.
Yeah, I think he's looking to collapse onto Cassante, and now there's a little bit of a skirmish that's come out. No, Wukong is just going to be walking back into his jungle just to farm up a few more camps.
I think maybe he just wanted to actually stay off vision so that they didn't know that the red was taken. But I think by then Vi had gone to the red, so difficult to say. He just wants to get his level 6 for his ulti, I think.
Yeah, I think so. That would be the case. Yeah, I think Wukong just wants to farm, try and get his ultimate, because his ultimate is really strong when it comes to team fights, especially with his clone having that double knock up. So the
and 2 charges as well. That's quite a lot of CC.
That is a lot of CC indeed. So a little bit of vision coming around in the Herald Pit, as we have a few members of Bro starting to converge into the mid lane. It's looking like it's going to be a little bit party. Karma is on her own, as assistance is not being brought up to help her. So Bro are now just going to be taking the Herald now.
Yeah, DK seizing it. They need to sort of get as much on this turret as they can as Varus quickly runs over to try and defend, but with the
Exactly.
rotations, it looks like they might trade this for maybe 1 or 2 plates in the bot lane.
Maybe, yeah. It does give DK an opportunity now just to get a little bit of farm up and just try and get some tower plates while bot lane is absent. But now that Herald's been taken, it looks like bot side are just going to start rotating back and defend the tower as much as they can.
That's 1 plate. Are they going to stay for the second? If you think
Yeah,
about Herald being worth about 2 plates, then it's actually an even trade. And you're getting
yeah,
all the gold directly onto your AD carry. Some of it goes onto the support, but most of it onto the carry. Whereas if you get the Herald to hit 2 plates, at least half of that gold is going to go to the jungler.
yeah.
So
That's exactly right. So was it worth it? Maybe. We'll just have to see how the rest of the game plays out.
yeah.
But it did give an opportunity for DK to just start coming back into the game now, as we're nearly approaching the mid stages, but we're not quite there yet. So Thanatos is just trying to freeze the wave now.
I think the big spot, the strong spot for DK is Zeri. She's a wave and a half ahead, and your opponent spend 400 gold to get a tier, which, yeah, mana's useful, but it's unlikely that you run out of mana during a fight. So Zeri's got way more combat stats. She's got a little bit more gold from those 2 turret plates and the extra wave or so of CS. So they need to play around this Zeri if they want to succeed in these upcoming fights.
Yeah, that is exactly true. So, yeah, Varus looking to go for the lethality, whereas Zeri is just going to go for that standard ADC. But like you said, I think currently right now Zeri is just going to have that much more combat ability when it comes to the team fights. Well, we do have the engage coming in from Vi, looking to try engage onto Lulu, but doesn't quite connect with the punch. And now, thanks to Zeri's W, she was able to slow down Vi. And now it's looking like it's going to be a 3-man engage. And now Zeri is caught out underneath the tower. The ultimate does pop out, but the ultimate from Vi does come out. Now,
Lulu's going to protect her.
yeah, Lulu's going to pop her ultimate just to protect Zeri. And Vi is so low, and it's just a bit of a scrappy skirmish, but no one gets taken out in the process. So,
Wow.
So the Varus ultimate was used as well as the Vi ultimate, and both Zeri.
That's a lot of resources. You've got Varus ulti, Varus heal. Is Karma going to die mid lane? Oh, the side steps.
Oh no! Karma's able to sidestep and manages to get the kill onto the Ari. Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Flashes behind and then Qs. Wow.
Oh, what a wonderful play coming out from Karma. Great great little skirmish, and she does manage to come out on top with just such a slither of health.
Wow. She gets caught out. Oh no, she's actually to recalling, tries to get a tower hit.
And she does get charmed, queued.
Right.
It does get rooted, and Ari does even pop her ult as well with the ignite as well. And here comes
Sidestepping away from the, waiting for the Q to come out, and then just.
Yeah.
I think Ari thought that the Karma W wasn't going to heal her or didn't heal her, but I think it gave Karma just enough to survive through the next ulti or the next W, which then meant she could get the kill. Wow.
Yeah, that's exactly that. Oh, that's such an unfortunate situation for Bro. That was something that they needed in order to continue pushing forward.
Yeah, that really brings Karma back into the balance now. I think she was on that graph just ahead in gold now of the Ari, which is pretty big.
Yeah, she is going to be a little bit ahead. And now the Herald is getting popped down in the bot lane, so we are going to be getting a few tower plates getting taken out for the bot side. Or are they able to get one more? Yeah, they were able to get that third tower plate. So
going back to that bot lane fight that we saw, the sort of 3-man dive that didn't work out, they used Varus heal, both Heimerdinger summoners, as well as I think Vi ulti and Varus ulti, and they got nothing from it. They got a few summoners and spells from the DK side, but I don't think that was worth it because the Lulu was just able to protect Zeri. She didn't get zoned away by the Heimerdinger, and she got the ulti off, she got the shields off, she got the heal off as well. And I think that just kept Zeri alive, and they realised, oh, we actually can't kill her. We have to leave.
Yeah, that's probably exactly the case. So investing so much resources not to get anything out of it is a bit of a detriment for Bro.
And then to lose that 1v1 mid lane is really brought DK back into the lead almost.
So Karma does have the level advantage. She's level 11 with Ari being level 10. So that kill really helped her out. So Bro are going to be securing the second dragon of the game. So it's going to be Fire Inferno Soul. That's going to be for this match.
That's pretty big for both teams if they can get the soul. You've got Heimerdinger Ari and Varus all poking and getting that sort of meteor damage, whereas the Zeri W and the even the Gnar Q, when he throws out the boomerang, if that hits, that could proc the Infernal Soul. So if it goes late enough that we get a soul, then it's pretty good for both teams.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. Yeah. So both, yeah, it's going to benefit both teams. And plus, it just gives those increase in attack stats as well.
Yeah, that's probably better for Bro with 3 people that are sort of building damage, and then you've got Cassante who might not benefit from it a lot, but you've got Heimerdinger who probably will with that Blasting Wand and Amp Tome in his inventory. He's probably going for a little bit of damage, maybe a Leandries or something like that.
Yeah, I'd assume so. Leandris is really, really good on Hammonding with how much poke there is. But yeah, it's going to be a Radiant Virtue being bought for Karma. Yeah, and Wukong's got a Sundra. Yeah. 4 out of 5 members of DK have their mythic items now. And then 4 out of 5 members of Bro do have their first item. So Vi did just fully build the Chemtank Chainsword.
Wow, first item.
I think just to get the healing from the Radiant Virtue that will be given out every time it procs off Karma's mantra.
Let me check.
So yeah, Everfrost coming out onto Ari now. So yeah, really, really good CC tool just to keep the members of DK chained in place for as long as they can. As we have got Bro now rotating up to the Herald, so it's looking like it's going to be a bit of a Herald fight. So 2 members of DK are just hovering around the mid side, top side river bush.
So I just checked the Chempunk Chainsword and Executioner's Calling. The only difference is you get 40% Grievous Wounds if they're below 50% HP, instead of 25%, which regular Executioner's Calling gives you. I don't honestly know if that's worth it. It could be something that, you know, high-level players have tested and figured out, yes, this is what you need to run. But to me, the everyday Joe, it looks like it's a waste of gold.
Yeah, but these pros know a lot more to the game than we do, so
hopefully so. Yeah, you'd hope that they do.
Exactly, and now it looks like it's going to be a big, massive skirmish for the Herald, but it looks like DK are just going to be getting this Herald for free, as Bro are just not even going to try and contest. Yeah,
they're just holding them at arm's length.
Yeah, so Varus is just going to start poking down the mid tower, as we have got the side of DK converging onto the mid lane just to try and push him away. And the Cham does come out onto the Lulu and is getting poked out by the Heimerdinger and the rest of the team. But nothing comes to it. All the teams are just going to back away, just go back to farming. So I'm going to recall, and now we've got the members of DK starting to move down to the bot side with the Karma, just trying to pick up those waves, just trying to get a bit more farm. Zeri in the mid lane, just trying to push out the waves.
We have a bit of a sort of down state in the game for the minute, as I think the dragons come up in 1 minute 30. So we've got the time now. The team should be spending preparing for the dragon. Bro already have 2. So DK are going to want to stop this one, because if Bro get it, then they're on soul point, and that's a very scary point, because you can force the enemy team to come to you if, you know, you have to take the dragon away from Bro if they have 3, because otherwise they get soul. So This next dragon is very important for both teams.
Exactly, yeah. So DK are a little bit on the back foot, because, like you said, if they don't secure this dragon, it's going to be soul point for Bro, and that's definitely not what DK want.
If they don't secure this one, they have another go, but they're going to want to get this so that they're not on their last foot next time around, basically, their last leg.
Yeah, exactly. It would just mean less pressure on DK going into the later stages as more dragons start coming up. So we have got both teams starting to converge into the mid lane, just poking each other out. Oh, and we have got Wukong going in for the engage with the ultimate, and now Ari pops her ultimate. The Hugify coming out onto Na, and now we have Karma TPing in. Karma does manage to get Vi, and now the side of Bro are just going to have to back off as they are starting to get tickled down, and now Ari is recalling, and now DK were able to come out on top of that fight as they pop Herald, as they're going to continue pushing the mid tower. And now with the Herald being popped, they are going to be looking in for a dive, as Cassante is looking to engage in, does not manage to find anyone with his 3rd Q. Karma W does not able to root, and now the side of DK are just going to start making their way down to Dragon as they popped the honey fruit, and they're just going to start taking this Dragon. And now this is huge for DK. They are able to take this momentum and push it through into the later stages of the game, and that is not what Bro wanted.
Absolutely. They really missed their tank there as Cassante had to TP in, which takes about 4 seconds to channel that TP. So for the first 4 seconds, it looked like they had a great pick onto the Gnar with the Varus ulti, and I think the Charm even landed, or maybe it was the Everfrost onto Gnar there. There's the Everfrost. It looks like they can blow him up. But with the Lulu ulti and the Lulu shield, he gets out, and now Vi, on 1 HP, ults back in to try and CC the Zeri, but there's just not enough damage there.
No, absolutely not. No, it's just unfortunately they're just lacking in damage, especially because once you miss that Ari charm, that's a lot of your engage gone.
Yep, absolutely, and just couldn't keep him locked up for long enough. I suppose that Vi was probably dead either way if she tried to get out just by walking away, and so she thought, if I can try and CC Zeri, maybe we can blow her up, but in this case, didn't work.
No, unfortunately not. So DK now take ahead in the kills, 2-1. So we have got the charm coming out, the Vi ultimate coming out onto the Gnar. Gnar flashes out, and the Ari ultimate coming out. Gnar tries to jump away. Lulu coming out. The Varus does manage to get the last hit onto Gnar as they were able to take him out. So
they're collapsing.
Charm. The charm. And the Wukong ultimate does come out. And now it's a big, massive team fight. Zeri pops her ultimate, and Karma is able to get the kill onto Ari. And now Vi does get taken out by Vi.
That looks so good for Bro. But then Wukong was just in the backline causing mayhem. Ari was on about 20% HP when she stopped watching. That just meant that she was instantly dead as soon as she came out. And the charm looked great, but there was, again, no follow-up. So Zeri was absolutely fine.
So unfortunate, yeah. It was looking so good for Bro, but they're just not able to capitalize it. And DK just were able to just swing it back into their favor.
They have the collapse here in the 4 versus 5. Great charm, but again, see, the Varus ult tanked by Karma. She gets rooted up, and this Wukong is just doing work on that Ari. The Zeri W over the top through the wall, and they can just chase everyone down. Wukong even flashes in front of the Vi to stop her Q in place. Very well played there by Lucid to stop that Vi escaping.
Yeah, that was DK they're just showing themselves why they were the number 1 and number 2 of the summer's spring split.
Yes.
They're just able to. They were able to take a deficit from the early game, and now they're able to just change it into an advantage into the mid to late game, and they're just taking this momentum and riding it all.
They've got the first turret after that fight, which was the first turret of the game as well. So that's the extra bonus gold. They're probably going to get this bot tower. They're already 3k gold ahead before they get this. It is just taken over.
Yeah, nearly 4k now. So Thanatos down in the bot side is just going to start taking jungle camps. He's got free reign. I mean, Cassante is there to try and answer to him, but Gnar does have more ability with his little jump to just jump over walls.
Yeah. I think, Gnar's in pretty much no danger unless someone else joins. But if that happens, it's then a 4 versus 3 elsewhere on the map. So there's really no chance for Bro to go on the Gnar, because he can just, as you say, jump away. If he transforms into Mega Gnar, he can throw them back. He can stun them. There's probably no chance really fighting the Gnar here without losing something like a Baron on the other side.
Exactly, yeah. So we are going to be having the members of Bro just recalling back. Probably just going to buy a few items, spend a little bit of gold, and they are probably just going to start prepping themselves for a Baron play. So Scuttle Crab is going to be getting taken by Wukong. So DK do have that little bit more vision advantage if Bro do have to walk through the river, but it looks like Bro are now starting to walk through the topside jungle. As they just, some of them decide to loop back around into mid lane, probably just try and get a few more minion waves.
They're going to try and likely push out mid lane and then rotate into that bot river to try and get some dragon control, because again we're in a similar situation to where we were 5 minutes ago, where Bro have got 2 currently, and if they get this one, then they're on soul point. So we could see DK trying to also push out the mid lane and sort of have this ARAM going on who can get the mid prio before then rotating into dragon.
Yeah, exactly. But we do have Vi wrapping around to the back of the dragon pit, and she is able to get out in the nick of time. And now we have got both teams converging. Charm coming out onto the Karma, but it wasn't able to take her out because that Radiant Virtue gives so much MR and armor. She was just able to just tank it so easily. Now,
this time they have Cassante here, so they have their tank ready at the start of the fight, which is big, but he needs to really play frontline. They're trying to get onto this Wukong over this blue buff.
Yeah, so now we have got DK looking to converge onto Bro, as most of Bro are have been whittled down a little bit. So
For a flank.
coming out. So yeah, so now the dragon has been spawned. It is a 4v5 situation. Can Bro come out on top as the team fight starts to engage? Now the side of DK are starting to do the Baron as the
There's
dragon
the
is getting
Meganar.
dragged. Yeah, Meganar does get popped.
I should
Kasante
wait
is
that
able
out, really. Try and
to
wait that out.
Meganar. Oh, and then no, does get ever frosted, but third Q coming out on Kasante, and Vi is able to get the dragon
Just get out. Get
as
out, bro. Get out. Leave. You've done your
in
job.
go. So the Bro are on soul point now, and now they just need to get out as fast as they can.
Oh, this
But
doesn't look
Lucy,
good.
they are wrapping around. They're getting sandwiched from both sides. It's a bit more of a pincer attack. And now Wukong does come in with his ultimate. Zeri ultimate does get popped. And now the members of Bro are starting to trickle down in health as Ivory is able to get away. And the members of Bro are actually able to escape faster than we thought they would be able to. And now Vi is able to get away from the Karma route. Oh, Heimerdinger was not able to get away, unfortunately.
Varus is probably dead as well.
Varus is just running for the hills.
They had the right idea. They were getting pincered, and so they thought, best thing we can do is fight one side of the pincer, because otherwise you're going to get hit from two sides. You need to push out one side and take that advantage. But as soon as Vi went in, Lulu was able to flash back and take her out of the fight, and the rest of the team caught up and collapsed on the remaining, I think, 4 members of Bro, and just decimated them. Without Vi there to provide any CC, we're just going to see them get destroyed by Lucid. I think Zeri's there as well, and also, Karma's there as well, dealing out damage.
Zeri just skates over the wall as Wukong just pops his ultimate, just setting up massive CC play in order for Zeri to just pop her ultimate.
Yeah.
And then,
honestly, you kind of had two 2v3s going on. You had Ari and Vi versus, I think it was Lulu, Nar, and Karma, I think it was, on the sort of left side. And DK win that side. And then the Zeri and Wukong also win the other side. And it's, well, both sides are winning, so you just win the fight.
Exactly, yeah. So it's just unfortunate for Bro. They were able to get themselves to soul point, which is probably what they wanted, but not the outcome that they desired with that team fight where they lost.
At least they have that now, where in 3 minutes' time they can maybe get the soul, which might give them the damage that they desperately need in this fight. Look at that total damage. Your Vi, who builds damage items first, is still losing out to your Kasante.
That's true. And now the Heimerdinger ultimate does come out to just poke. So Wukong does get ultimated by the Lulu in order to just get himself safe. And now Zeri is on getting caught out by the Kasante ult, but Kasante is on the own, so he is having to dash out. So the Zeri ultimate does get popped. And now she does
Zeri's popping off.
So Zeri is just managed to get the double kill, and she's just able to just electrify the side of Bro as they just get sizzled, toasted, and posted back to the spawn as they're playing Grey Simulator. And now DK are starting to push forward. They're going to capitalize on this momentum as they're going to keep pushing forward. They are going to try and chase after the Heimerdinger if they can, but no,
Heimerdinger
is going to find
5v2.
Yeah, so as now the Nexus turrets are just being taken down as fast as we have gotten to them, and now Ivory and Heimerdinger are Bro's last hope, and now they are just getting taken down, and now DK are just going to storm it to the end, and now Nah is just going to be bullying
poor Vi.
The Vi.
Only got the Chem Punk. Just so untanky. It's brutal.
Yeah.
That last fight was just DK hitting them with their wallets. Vi was on her own, surrounded by about 3 members of DK in the stopwatch, so she instantly dies. Meanwhile, Zeri is fighting a Kasante and winning somehow. And as her team joins her, she's able to just go ham with the Lulu shields, the enchanting buffs, and she just clears the rest of them, and that's all they need to secure the win.
Yeah, it just went all for DK after as we went into the mid game. Bro were able to get a bit more momentum with the early game compared to the last map, but they just weren't able to capitalize on it, and DK just took it all the way.
They had that lead, but there was a few sort of slip-ups which allowed DK to get back in. Mainly that failed dive, I think, in the bot lane, and then the 1v1 win, Karma versus Ari, is, I think, probably the 2 pivotal points that brought DK back.
Yeah, 100%, yeah. Definitely. So, Ari and Karma, very similar on damage, but It was Zeri that did
But
take the most damage. But
the
yeah,
thing is,
Vi.
Ari is designed to do damage, whereas Karma only has one damaging ability, and yet she's very slightly matched and beat Ari, whereas she can also heal everyone, she can root some people, um, and Ari is, yes, she's got charm, but I'd rather have speeding up Na, speeding up Zeri, speeding up Wukong in an AoE over the charm, I think, in this team.
Yeah, that's definitely the case. Yeah, it looked good in the draft with what Bro were doing, but unfortunately, execution DK just came out on top. They were the better team at the end.
Yeah, I
And
think that's sort of what came down to it. I wasn't a fan of the Vi build, but again, I am not as good as these people, so it could be something that I just don't know. But I just couldn't see a lot of the healing being reduced. I might have to go and check the healing reduced value at the end of the game, but for me, that wasn't an optimal build. It should have been more, for me, bruisery Vi, as opposed to that sort of squishy Vi that we had.
go for like the Divine Sunder of first build to just get a bit more damage, a little bit more sustain,
Yeah,
then
or
build
even
it.
like I don't know how good the item is, but like something like Gore Drinker, that gives you that AoE heal if you get low in a fight, which Vi tends to do when she dives in against three. That gives her the more sort of survivability, but we just didn't see it.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. Yeah, Bro just weren't able to pull themselves back in, and DK just as soon as they exposed a little bit of weakness on Bro's side, they just took it all the way home.
Yeah, Rahal there on the Zeri is the player of the game. I think, yeah, just survived the early dives as he needed to, and then was able to take over as Zeri does. We saw that double kill in the last sort of team fight there. Easily done, 32% of the team's damage. 404. There's really not much else you can ask for from an AD carry.
We also have to give props to Lulu. She was really.
Yep.
She played really well in this game, able to keep the AD carry alive during the dives, as well as the key members who are getting caught out during Bro's engage. So,
as a support main, I do love seeing supports get love. So I'm glad that you said that, because yeah, lots of crucial wild growths to keep people alive. Like when the Gnar in mini form got charmed, he get alive probably through shields and wild growth, and just denied a lot of the kills from Bro.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, so that was nice, lovely, easy 2-0 victory for the side of DK. So yeah, DK taking the first game of the spring split, and it has been a wonder to cast alongside you, Jack. So yeah, so that was enough from me, Panda Richie, as well as our color caster. You wanna do any closing
Yeah, it's
ceremony?
been real good. I'm looking forward to watching more of the LCK Challengers League. This is the unofficial broadcast, English broadcast. So yeah, it's been great to cast for you today as well, and hopefully we'll have a few more casts coming up. Be sure to check out the other games from today and this week. There's who maybe me and you will be one day. The commentators there. But yeah, like I said, it's been great to cast with you.
Yes, I had a wonderful time. So yeah, so hopefully, don't know when the next one will be, but hopefully we'll see you in a bit.
Thanks, guys.